for this week. Don't forget to visit the website at deepdiveau.net. Check out our socials and Patreon page at the Deep Dive AU. Subscribe via your favorite podcast app or like and subscribe at our YouTube page at the Deep Dive AU.
The Deep Dive podcast mugs are now available for purchase and are currently on sale. Just go to our merchandise page at deepdiveau.net to purchase one. Don't miss out on this opportunity to grab one for yourself or as a thoughtful gift for a fellow podcast enthusiast.
This is the Deep Dive Live, and here is your host, Michael Coles.
And hello, welcome to the Deep Dive Live Christmas special we finally got there on the 18th of the 12th, 2024. So you can actually join us live on Instagram and also LinkedIn and also YouTube as well. Welcome to Margot's Whole Body Nutrition, and welcome Kate Webb, who is actually our last guest and stuff like that here in the Deep Dive. How are you, Kate? Oh, hang on. Hopefully, this is a bit interesting. Hang on, let's have a look. I'm just got some technical difficulties here, so I do apologize for that. So, hang on a second. I'm just going to check. So, do apologize for the sort of like the technical interruptions. I've never done this before, so hopefully this should be okay. So we're just going to sort of like do it one way or something like that. Can you hear me, Kate? Oh, can you turn your microphone on, Kate? Have you already got to microphone on? Oh, I can't hear you, Kate. Don't know why. It's weird. Okay, let's have a look. There we go. Hang on. Okay. Do apologize for the interruptions, guys. I'm just trying to sort of like, this is the first time I'm doing the Deep Dive live, so we're just just trying to sort of like get our sort of like technical things sort of happening. So don't know what's happening here. Don't think I've tested it before, so it's never had this issue before. Anyway, so do apologize for what's happening at the moment. So okay, all right. Hopefully we'll get Kate soon. Can you hear me, or just say wave or something? You can hear me. Okay, so I just can't hear you. So it's just the interesting thing about it. So I don't know what's actually happening with this. So hang on, we'll just okay, so we'll go. Hang on, so computer audio. Just some technical problems here, guys. So I do apologize for that. So yeah, so Kate actually says hi. So we're just going to have to sort of work with some stuff. So we'll be back in a few seconds, guys. So I'm just going to sort of like remove Kate from here for the time being. So we're just going to check some technical issues and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. So just stay tuned, guys. my own mic, so just wasn't too sure what's actually happening and stuff like that. So just trying to sort of work out the systems and stuff like that. So hopefully people can hear me. Can somebody hear me? Somebody sort of like talk in the chat and stuff like that to sort of see if anybody can hear me. Hopefully somebody can hear me. You can hear me, okay? Oh, good. So, so what's happening with your 2025? What's approaching with your 2025 page?
Well, I just had one of my sons graduate high school, so it's always a bit of excitement. He just got his ATAR. He just got, what he's gonna put for uni. So I think we're just focusing on, the normal in-day school and now uni, and he put through one of his uni courses at Gatton. So I was like, oh, it's a little bit of a way away. I'm not used to my son being not in my home.
Okay. Hello, Melody. Can you actually sort of join us on the live? I would love to see you if you can. So join us live on Zoom, because I'm hoping I could actually sort of like have a bit of a chat, so which will be really good. So I'm looking forward to that. So if you could join us live on the Zoom, that'd be good. Hello, Melody. If you're sort of like, she's tuning in on LinkedIn at the moment, so which is good. So. Okay, so we've got Narelle here for Mind and Me as well. So she's on the other mic at the moment. So say hi, Narelle.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Yeah, so basically, what do you do with Mind and Me? So basically, sort of like, she's here just sort of supporting me at the moment. So what do you guys do with Mind and Me?
So at Mind and Me, we do a few different things. We specialize in mental health supports. So we provide mentally health trained support workers to people on the NDIS. We do mental health first aid training. We do psychosocial recovery coaching with the NDIS. And we also have a business wellbeing program that we run for businesses.
Oh, it sounds really good. So I hear you guys actually sort of going from strength to strength. So what's actually happening with that?
Yeah, so we're building our team. Our team is getting bigger and we're expanding the areas that we work in, which is really neat and really cool. We coming into next year, there will be a few more opportunities happening for us, which we're really looking forward to. A lot of things happening more in a speaking role. And we're just happy to keep doing what we're doing and do it well.
Okay, I'm sorry if I'm putting you on the spot, Narelle. So I'm just trying to sort of like, type this like deep dive, the Zoom address, so people can actually sort of link to it, so more people can actually sort of hop on. So I do apologize for a minute. So I'm just so what else have you actually been doing over the last couple of years and stuff like that with Mind and Me?
Well, we've only been established for a couple of years. So it was a matter of building that up. We started with the NDIS supports, and then we branched out into the business wellbeing and the psychosocial recovery coaching, and now we're doing the mental health first aid training.
Okay, sounds really good. So can you tell us more about the mental health training, because it's actually been really good?
Yeah. So the mental health first aid training, that's a new thing for us. Amy, the founder of Mind and Me, has become an accredited instructor. We find mental health first aid training to be really integral and important for the role that we're providing in the community. And we really think it would be super appropriate for all support workers to have an understanding of, because it's just the basic knowledge of how to deal with different situations, be it crisis or not yet crisis, and to be able to do so in a, like a trauma-informed way, which some people don't have that knowledge to be able to communicate in that way, and it can be really detrimental to people.
Okay. Is there any other question? Is there any questions that you'd like to ask Narelle, guys?
What was your specific role?
So if you are asking me questions, I can't hear anything through my headphones.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was my fault. Sorry, I'm going to correct that. Won't be a second.
I was hoping to get away with it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Oops. that was my fault. Hang on,
That's all
sorry.
That's all good.
The
Don't-
deal about the live. I think we got that.
All right.
I think we got this working now.
I can hear Michael and myself.
Oh, good. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn the headphones on before. This is live, and anything could happen here on the live. So, hello, supporter agency. If you'd like to join us on the live, we would love to see you. So, I've actually put the link in the actual sort of thing, so you can actually sort of join us on the live. So it's yeah, I'll put it into LinkedIn as well. So just give me a second. So I might put this on LinkedIn as well. Any questions, guys?
Narelle, what was your role exactly?
So my role is a service delivery manager. I look after the clients and the staff in regards to the rostering and the schedules. And I also moonlight, I suppose, as one of the backup support workers.
Yes.
It helps me stay in touch.
Yes, that's not a bad thing.
No.
Okay, so sorry, do apologize for trying to sort of like, you know, do like about 3 things about once and stuff like that. So nothing. So this is a bit. I'm stuffing up this live. I do apologize for that, because, you know, I do apologize all the time. So just trying to sort of like, you know, making sure that everything's sort of working and stuff like that. Can anybody sort of like join us on the actual sort of like the Zoom as well? Because I'd like to sort of see more people here on the Zoom. So if you can, that'd be great. I've just put the link up, so hopefully people can see me. No, we'll just try another thing. This is going to be a sort of a little bit interesting from my sort of end. So I'm trying to sort of keep everybody talking and all that type of thing. So we're here until 12:30. So hopefully sorry about the awkward silence and stuff like that. I know Woodshed Theory can't join us today because she's got her own live that's currently happening at the moment. So she actually apologizes. So is there anybody else who'd like to join us via the Zoom as well? So hopefully there's no awkward silences and stuff like that. So I just want to basically sort of, I'm spilling my coffee here. I do apologize. So this is, can you see the Deep Dive live mugs at the moment? Can somebody see that? So these are available via our website, deepdiveau.net, and these are the sort of like the new mugs and stuff like that. So I want to talk about the new mugs and stuff like that. And we've also got stubby coolers, we've got stickers, and we've got like, you know, the coasters, drink coasters as well. So you can put your sort of like coffee or beer and stuff like that on this Deep Dive coaster, and you can keep it nice and sort of your table nice and clean. So that's sort of like, would you like to ask me anything and stuff like that? Is there anything that you would like to ask me, fellow listeners?
For me,
Yes,
this is my first time with Deep Dive. So if you want to give me a rundown of you and your business, I'd love that.
Oh, yes. I may as well sort of talk to you about that. So basically, I created this little business back in June 2024. As you can probably see yesterday, we've got about nearly 4,500 subscribers on YouTube at the moment, which is, I think, really good. We've got an average of about sort of 1,500 viewers and stuff like that per episode on YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all these various sort of apps and stuff like that. So 27 episodes, can't be wrong. I've got also 6 in the can for next year. So basically I've already recorded that. So we've got that all pretty much in the can, ready to be released. There is an announcement though. I'm going to be dropping the episodes to fortnightly at the moment. So weekly, with all the things I'm actually sort of doing and stuff like that, is kind of getting a bit much in terms of like, you know, and also, you know, trying to sort of like, I was basically doing it weekly to basically sort of like trying to get the interest and stuff like that up and trying to sort of make sure it's regular and stuff like that. But trying to sort of like, you know, keep this, you know, basically sort of going over a longer period of time, maybe sort of a little bit difficult and stuff like that. But mind you, if I've got 6 episodes now in the can, so that's basically 12 weeks already done. So basically, sort of like I'm happy to sort of I'm looking for more for next year. So we're going to be sort of doing that and stuff like that. And plus, I've got a couple of sort of like little sort of like changes and stuff like that happening for next year. I'm basically trying to introduce like something like a round table format, like basically what it is now and stuff like that. But basically, some will be live, some will be recorded. I'm not too sure yet because basically I'm basically sort of like, just, basically got these ideas in my head all the time. So trying to sort of like, get this sort of style sort of happening. So basically we could talk about like hot topics and stuff like that. So I haven't sort of like finalized everything yet, but I'm just trying to sort of like, this is my thought bubbles and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to sort of get this thought bubble out of my head so I could actually sort of like, promote this to listeners. But about hot topics and stuff like that that's happening within the NDIS, possibly, maybe within the disability community, or maybe probably perhaps, the federal elections coming up. So we could have sort of like, a round table in relation to that. So that could be an idea. Maybe do more deep dive lives. Hopefully we could sort of like, basically sort of like, this pan out this sort of like, this little thing and basically have this a little bit better and a little bit more cleaner for next time. So I do apologize for the, the stuff ups and the technical issues and all that type of thing, because it's the first time actually doing it. But I believe it's going okay. So yeah. So how are you finding it so far?
I think it's impressive. How many like platforms are you currently live across?
3 at the moment. So basically we've got LinkedIn, YouTube, and Insta at the moment. So I'm using a program called StreamYard. But the problem is basically I was trying to get the Zoom actually into sort of like, doing, I thought you could actually share it via the, like, there'd be like, oh, sorry, I'm just trying to think on my feet here. I do apologize. Just trying to basically sort of like, do it via the web app and stuff like that. I thought you could only do it via the web app, but it's actually best if you actually do it via the Zoom app itself. So yeah, it's working a little bit better on this platform rather than the other platform, because I can hear you and you can hear me. And everybody else can hear you. Good. We've got awkward silence here. To apologize. Trying to sort of like, keep the conversation going is a bit not my strong point. So, and especially with the live.
So I'm no help.
Oh, no, that's all right. That's okay. It's all good. It's sort of like, I didn't really have a format for this. So hopefully people are enjoying the live despite the stuff ups and all that type of thing as well.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
My last live was very unhinged, so it was totally
fine.
Technology's hit or miss no matter who uses it. So I think we all understand it's.
I think it's looking okay. I'm actually quite impressed with it. But I've just got to sort of like, retune on all the things. I'll do some more lives in the new year so I could sort of like, just try and sort of like, perfect all these type of things. Hopefully there's people viewing the YouTube at the moment, so hopefully with a bit of luck, I'm just going to check the YouTube at the moment just to see if there's any sort of like, people on the live on YouTube. So I'm just going to check. Is there any people? Oh, okay. Weird. Okay. Interesting. Okay. There's only one watching at the moment, so it's just. I think it's just one person, but there's more people sort of going into Instagram. I think there's more people in Instagram, which is I think quite interesting, which is I think really good. So yeah, so we're here till 12:30. So if you'd like to join us live on the Zoom. Is there any questions, or would like to sort of like, open up to listeners if they'd like to type in the chat? We're just going to wait a few minutes. Hello to Linda Davies Creative on Instagram, if you like to sort of join in live. Hello to Margot's Body Nutrition as well. So, no, okay. I think they've basically just joined and logged out. So So I've only just got one here on the live. So anyway, it sounds a bit awkward here. So I do apologize. So it's the nature of lives, I think. So anyway, so I'm just going to change the video. Give me a second. This is going to sound a little bit awkward. I do apologize. Say hello, Narelle, again.
Hello again.
So
I do have a question for you, Michael.
Yep.
With your 6 deep dive recordings that you've got in the bank for the coming 2025, are there any that you're most excited about to drop?
There's Lisa Cox coming, probably the first episode. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So she was a really good interviewer and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to dropping that episode the first week of July. So that should be really good. And okay, so Melody's asked, what are your tips for surviving Christmas? Ooh, just go with the flow, I suppose. So, what are your tips to survive Christmas, Paige?
For me, it's picking my battles. I think go with the flow as much as humanly possible is the right thing. But yeah, it's more or less I feed everyone. If everybody's full and they go into a food coma, my job is done. And I think food is the key to everything.
True. Absolutely true. 100% true. So, what are your tips for surviving Christmas, Kate?
I think being organized with food. So I know I'm doing like food prep like the day before, so we can do as little as possible on the actual day.
You did like a little blog on that, didn't you? Can you explain a little bit what you actually did with the actual tips for surviving Christmas on your little blog?
Oh yeah, I did. Sorry, that was like a month ago. Yeah, I did. Well, my work asked me to write an article for our newsletter, and they said previously we've done like eating well in the festive season, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to get rid of all this like diet culture and all this pressure, and like this is like rubbish. So I just wrote, like an article just reminding everyone that like, people don't need to be commenting on your food. Don't force people to eat things. Don't even force people to try things. Like even if you put a lot of effort into a meal, like it's not personal if someone like doesn't even want to try it. And I think it's just stuff that I now take for granted, but I guess is not like necessarily like standard social norms.
Yeah, that's interesting. Did you get some good feedback from that?
Yeah, I had a customer come up at work and got some good feedback, and then someone actually took some time to write in as well, and then got some good feedback on like Instagram as well. Like my sister shared it, and someone that she hasn't spoken to for years messaged her and was like, "Oh, like I work with neurodivergent families. Like I'm going to share this. That's really helpful."
Oh, that sounds fantastic, actually. So yeah, so it's really good. So, what are your plans leading up into 2025? So, I know you've been doing this business for a little while and stuff like that. So, I'm hoping it's going to be bigger in 2025. So, what's going to be happening with you?
Can I jump in and ask what the business is?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I work as a nutritionist, so I see like clients like one-on-one, and then I provide like content through like my Instagram. I was on Michael's podcast, and then I also work at a co-op like a few days a week. So it's like completely like community owned and has like all your supplements, your groceries, your fruit and veg, and a lot of like local stuff. So I get to like write articles for them as well.
And you're based in Melbourne, or are you based?
I'm from Melbourne, but now I live in Noosa.
Noosa.
Oh, cool. Excellent. So yeah, you've got a big 2025 coming up, Kate. So what's actually happening for 2025?
Well, I was trying to decide this morning and I haven't got very far. I think because this year like caught me off guard. Like this year I was kind of came in just like wanting to survive and reduce like my hours at my previous job, which sounds a bit like you, Paige. Like I used to work as a nurse and I was working telehealth for a medical cannabis company, which was all exciting until it started to feel like a numbers game. And I was like, what are we doing? Like too many people are falling through the cracks. Like we're expanding too fast to provide like services. So there was a lot. But yeah, I think 2025, I've joined this, it's called the Creator academy with Hannah Sands, who's just an amazing creator. But she's all about like everything in your life. Like you can't just like focus like all your energy in your business because that will like fall apart, I guess. So like balance and like what is your why and what is the message you're trying to get out there. So I've worked with her like 3 times this year. Well, this will be the 3rd time working with her. So I've just committed to the full year. So I'm in an academy with all these other creators, like all different like areas of life, but just like really cool to have that like community support and that level up going into next year.
Is she in Noosa as well? Is that...
She actually just moved from Brisbane to like Coolum, which is like just down the road.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Like I've warned her to be prepared the first time I see her in real life because I've never met her in real life. I'm like, I'll probably be like a fangirl.
You've given me something to come up the Sunshine Coast for.
Yeah, come up. Just
I don't travel that way very often, but now I've got a reason. So
Hello, CryptoMaster 251 on Insta. So hello. So if he's just joined us. Hopefully you're enjoying the live. If you want to ask any questions and stuff like that to Kate and Paige, please feel free. Yeah, so this is hopefully it's not sounding too awkward at the moment. So I'm just trying to sort of like, keep the thing sort of like flowing and all that type of thing. And just,
can I ask, Michael, what else do you do? Do you do anything else with Beyond Deep Dive?
Yes, I'm doing some stuff with Empower Autism in 2025, doing the program facilitation thing. So I'm basically presenting some sort of like so basically presenting some autism presentations and stuff like that for people who are interested in stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. Yes, next year. I did have a burnout from a full-time job that I had to finish in. I think it was like November last year, because basically it was like trying to take on too much, and I was trying to sort of like and basically I was like bullied and belittled on my job and stuff like that. So, and trying to sort of like deal with that and all that type of things. And trying to sort of like work through that is and I needed to quit my job because of that. And sometimes I don't express myself too well. I've got expressive language and receptive language disorders. So I do sort of tend to have difficulties and stuff like that with, communicating to people and stuff like that. So I know I'm doing a podcast, but sometimes it's sort of like, sometimes it sounds a bit awkward if I sort of like, that's why I'm sort of rushing and a bit nervous at the moment. So I do apologize, but I do apologize.
You sound great to me.
Oh, good. I'm trying to slow my voice down as well, so which I think is really good. So, Crypto Master says hello, Crypto Master on Instagram. So yeah, so just I'm monitoring Instagram at the moment and monitoring all the sources. So, Melody's asked, what is your favorite memory of 2024? So, Paige, would you like to sort of like contribute to that?
Favorite memories. I'm going to probably say my son's graduation, just because I'd never experienced that before, and he's put in a really good effort during his school. He suffers from Tourette syndrome. So while he doesn't do the swearing, he has vocal tics and movement tics, and so he's like yourself. He has things he has to focus on harder. He has to try a little bit harder. He does get a little bit of help when needed, but I think it was just more having this child of mine go through his schooling and come out the other side really, really great has been my highlight.
Okay, so Kate, what is your favorite memory of 2024? Hello?
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking, sorry.
That's all right. That's all good.
I should sigh louder.
Sorry, that was my fault.
No, you're fine.
I'm just going to mute myself. Someone's put a tractor on.
Yeah, I heard that. I wonder where the tractor was coming from.
I think one of my favorite memories would be walking into my workplace for my job interview and just being like, this is where I want to work. And then like meeting my manager, and she was like so lovely. And I'd already put in my like application email, I was like, I want to I'm an autistic ADHDer, like I can hyperfocus at work. This is like my special interest, but like I just need more recovery time. That's why like casual work suits me. I think
Yeah.
that's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, well, it's good because sort of like, you know, you can be, you're basically sort of like, you know, being your authentic self and stuff like that. Whereas, you know, in my previous jobs, I know you've had sort of like a burnout episode yourself, probably at the beginning of this year, actually. I think I sort of like, you know, you had a severe burnout episode, didn't you?
I kind of just stopped going to work.
Oh, okay.
It's a very long time to notice, which like I get that like they can't really ask, but it was like I was going less. I was attending less than I was taking off, and it just like wasn't working.
Yeah, it wasn't working for you.
But no one really knew that except my partner. So
yeah, fair enough. But you know, but it was sort of like, you know, it's good to sort of like, you know, you needed to quit that job in order to get a job where you can be fully authentic. So I think it's sort of really good from that point of view.
Definitely.
So my favorite memory is 2024 is basically sort of like, it's been great for me because I've joined a couple of like neurodivergent businesses and stuff like that, or a couple of neurodivergent like groups and stuff like that. I joined the NeuroAccess group that Annie Crow runs, and we've had a few sort of good sort of like, you know, lives from there and stuff like that. So we have a sort of like a meetup group, like once every month or twice every month. So that was really good. And I also joined the Neurodivergent Business Collective, which Adina Levy runs. She runs sort of body doubling sessions and stuff like that every couple of weeks. So that's really good. So it's basically having the body doubling sort of things so you can sort of keep yourself accountable, and also to meet sort of other neurodivergent business owners, so which is good. So, you know, sort of you can truly be your authentic self and stuff like that with that. And I've also been to networking things where I've been sort of promoting the podcast and all that type of thing. So that's been really good. And I've gotten some really good connections out of that. And also Connect Fest, which I've just joined a little over a month ago now. So I'm looking forward to all these things. I've had a few sort of like, you know, meetings with them over the last like couple of weeks, and that's been really, really good as well. So it's also sort of good that I've met a lot of Neurokin and stuff like that this year as well. It's been really good because it's sort of like it's enabled me to sort of truly be on my authentic self this time compared to what it was last year. Last year was very burnt out and trying to sort of like make friends, and I was having a lot of difficulty with that. And, you know, obviously with my children and stuff like that, my daughter has autism as well. And we were struggling to get a new school for her. And then sort of like, you know, trying to sort of like, you know, now she's actually succeeding really well. I do apologize for that. And now she's actually sort of like, you know, she got a sort of like a big award and stuff like that for her dancing and stuff like that. She joined an inclusive dance school called Zadar at the middle of the year, and in 6 months she's really improved. She actually got the biggest improver in the junior sort of classes in 2024. So that was really sort of, it was very satisfying as a dad. And also the fact that you know, I'm in a really sort of happier place compared to what I was last year. So there's been a lot happening and stuff like that, but it's been a good, really, really good sort of like, you know, good things happening and stuff like that in my life.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to wrap these up shortly. So we're just going to sort of like, you know, sort of, we ran out of subjects, and I'm sort of like, you know, not sort of very good at sort of like, you know, creating things and creating questions and stuff like that and keeping the things moving. So I do apologize if it's stop start and all this awkwardness and all that type of thing. So, and I don't like sort of like, you know, having the solo thing and stuff like that. So it would have been sort of like a little bit more awkward, but thank you very much for joining us, Rachel and Kate, today.
No worries.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay, one more question. I think Melody's asking, and one more question. Do you intend to make any New Year's resolutions? Kate, I'll ask you that question first so you can start.
Not really. I have in the past. I used to make 100 of them, and that was a bad idea. So I think I'm taking like each day as it goes and building on things and habits. But yeah, kind of just adding to my routine 1% at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Paige, have you got any more resolutions?
Yeah, I'm more like Kate as well. I take it day by day, and I try and make, learn from yesterday, type of things, especially with my daughter. I'm not perfect, and I'm still learning about autism myself. So I feel like every day's a new day. We wipe it clean and start again. So yeah, it's good just to be able to have a life. I'm very thankful for, being as able-bodied as I am. And if I can give back to my community in whatever regards, that's what I'm about. So I'm happy that I can do that.
Okay. On that note, I think we might end the Deep Dive Live Christmas edition for today. Thank you very much. We'll be back with regular episodes first week of February 2025. So for all of us, have a great sort of Christmas and a great 2025, and we'll see you in 2025. Bye for
Thanks,
now.
Michael.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.